Media Group.
13 has been my lucky number for a while. Like, it's always a sign of good things to come for me.
This is 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast, breaking down every song, every Easter egg, every era, and every theory. Hosted by the biggest Swifties, Nick Adams, Anna Szabo, Amy Nichols, and Lacey G.
Welcome to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. I'm Lacey G.
I'm Anna.
Amy. And Nick Adams is not with us today.
Still in space.
He met his fate of space. He's still out there, but we miss him, and he will be back soon. But we're finally going to get to something that we've been teasing for a long time. Fate of Ophelia.
Yay! This is exciting. This is really exciting. I feel like, we've been teasing it. Things have happened, schedules, but I feel like I did my prep for this like 2 months ago.
No kidding.
I had to read my notes again, and I was like, okay, let me refresh. Because sometimes in my notes, I'll write things that if we're recording the next day, I'll just write a word or two because I know what that means. I had to fully not only break down the song again,
break down your notes.
Break down my own notes.
That's great.
But I'm really excited. I think, we talk about opening tracks a lot. Mm-hmm. I think this is such a strong opening track to the album.
Absolutely.
I know, Amy, did you say State of Grace is your favorite opening track?
Well, when we first did it, I feel like I might have had State of Grace up at the top, but then Lavender Haze came out. I'm like, dang, Lavender Haze was so good for an opener. And now this one's so good. I don't know if it's Lavender Haze or Fate of Ophelia. They're both ranked really high.
Yeah, just depends on the day.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I wonder what mine was. Mine, since this was a while back before she had all the albums that she has now, mine had to have been The One. Probably would have been my favorite.
If I had to make an educated guess on you, I would bet you would said either The One or I Forgot That You Existed.
Oh, that one's good too. Okay, yeah. We're talking about, we love to do our rankings around here, and we did our opening track rankings years ago.
We need to update it.
Yeah.
She's released 4 albums since we did that episode. But yeah, Fate of Ophelia, I feel this way a lot with a lot of the songs on this album, but I feel this is so obvious. The more I listen to it, the more I really like it. You know what I mean? I think sometimes with albums, you have an immediate favorite. You have one that you this is my favorite from day one. I'm obsessed. That happens with Nick a lot.
Yeah.
He finds the one that he likes and that continues to be his number one. I feel like mine kind of interchange sometimes. And the Fate of Ophelia, I don't know if it's just kind of because oh my God, I want to be different and I want to be cool. But a lot of times when there's a lead single, I don't want the lead single to be my favorite. Mm-hmm. I want a different song to be my favorite because I'm different and cool. But I can't help it. The Fate of Ophelia is absolutely fantastic.
It is a
Taylor
bop.
She did a great job with picking the lead single for this album.
Yeah,
she did. And oddly enough, The Fate of Ophelia is the last song that I listened to on The Life of a Showgirl.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot. Because we were doing our listening party and I was having technical difficulties. So
that's unfortunate.
So how did you feel about it as a closing track?
I thought it was fantastic. I was like, oh, now I see why they were so excited. It was better than I expected. But yeah, it is such a bop. And being able to see it in theaters the weekend that she released The Life of a Showgirl and she was showing everything in theaters, being able to see the behind the scenes explanation, to see the way that her mind works, to see her so excited. And it's just a flat out bop. Mm-hmm. It is good. It is layered. There's so many meanings to everything that she says.
And it sets the theme for the album that, hey, I'm in love with someone who treats me well. And that goes throughout all 12 songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for this album, she has been out doing interviews. So we get to hear from her a lot more than we've gotten to hear from her before in the past. It's something that she's done before, but then kind of gotten away from that.
Yeah, Tortured Poets especially. She didn't do any interviews, press promo for that. So we just kind of really had to go off of our interpretations of all the songs. And so I remember when she was doing the press tour for Life of a Showgirl, I remember thinking oh my God, our podcast is going to be stacked. So I'm excited to hear what she has to say again.
if she would have done press tour during the Tortured Poets department, then maybe we'd know what the Black Dog is about.
But now we do know that we don't know.
Yeah.
So
You don't know what you don't know.
you don't know what you don't know.
So Taylor went on Magic FM and revealed her favorite moment in this song.
I think that this song has some of like my favorite moments in it. Like there's this post-hook section that goes, keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky, pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes. And when we wrote that in the studio, I was like, yes, this is why I do music. Like the way I feel when this part of the song happens. But this is a song about feeling for a long time like you might have met a similar fate to Ophelia, who was driven mad over the years slowly by love. We reference her fate, but you talk about sort of someone saving you from that fate and like how euphoric that feels to look at maybe your past experiences with heartbreak and feel that you've been like rescued from that by this fortuitous turn of events where you ended up finding a person that changed that for you.
Now, who is Ophelia? What is this about? How far back does it go? Anna's going to tell us as soon as Taylor finishes telling us that she knows exactly what she's doing with this.
I am so excited about this song. It is called The Fate of Ophelia.
That noise you can hear, that Swifties Googling Hamlet, desperately trying to find out.
You know what? We got to get the kids reading.
What?
Yes. Thank you, Taylor Swift. Learned Aristotle, the theories of Aristotle for Taylor. Learning about Ophelia for Taylor as well. So yes, the character of Ophelia is from Hamlet. In the play, there's a relationship between Ophelia and Hamlet, and it basically drives her mad. The relationship between these two. It's actually, I have a quote here from it. In Hamlet, in Shakespeare, men were gaslighting women back then too. Okay, because in Act 3, Scene 1, Hamlet is basically playing mind games, making Ophelia doubt herself. So here's the dialogue. Hamlet says, "I did love you once." Ophelia says, "Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so." Hamlet, "You should not have believed me. I loved you not." Ophelia, "I was the more deceived." Hamlet, what the fuck? Okay, so basically, Ophelia goes mad in this play to the point where she drowns. And she dies. And so she goes into madness, and the drowning has been interpreted as a metaphor for heartbreak, fragility, loss of agencies, a lot of the themes that Taylor Swift herself has explored just throughout her entire career. So like she said, she's probably felt multiple times that she has the fate of Ophelia of, drowning from heartbreak. And the imagery of water and drowning is something that we have seen before. And we talked about this when we talked in a couple of episodes ago, but yeah, you think of like the lakes, and screaming underwater and all of this stuff. And it's like, you really kind of do see that throughout Taylor's career. And then in the Tortured Poets department, where she really had, this episode of madness, and she just spilled all of her heartbreak into this album. I think it is so incredible for this to be the first track on The Life of a Showgirl that basically picks up where the Tortured Poets department left off, And so I think that's really, really beautiful. And she's basically saying, you saved me from the fate of Ophelia. You saved me from drowning. You saved me from this exact, demise that Ophelia had. And also something that I think is interesting is that in the play, it drives her into this spiral of instability, but it's long been debated by people if Ophelia's death was an accident or if it was intentional.
Yeah.
So either way, in the context of, this song by Taylor saying, like, you saved me from the fate of Ophelia, I think it could be either one. And even we talked about the Opalite music video with the non-Opalite and the part where Graham Norton has the opposite, the one that basically turns your happiness into crappiness. And you see him with the bottle, and Taylor's character immediately takes her hand out. Like, it's like second nature, where she's like, oh yeah, me. I like just like poof me into oblivion. And then it's the lonely boy that's like, no, like don't do that. Like you're good the way you are, and it's just kind of like, I think that was a little subtle reference as well to kind of this mentality of the fate of Ophelia in the Opalite music video.
Yeah.
Because Ophelia was she didn't have a life of her own. Her life was to get married, help out the family. So she had to listen to her brother, her dad. She didn't get to make decisions herself. They're telling her, be with him, be with the king. Then he's saying, no, I don't want to be with you anymore. She's known as just being an object for men, essentially. And then the way that she died, she was so beautiful. And that's what that's what she's remembered for, is her beauty and not her suffering and not all the things that she had to go through. And was it her final act of rebellion to unalive herself? Was that hey, I can make no decisions for myself, but I've got this one. And that's how she saved herself from the patriarchy. I mean, it's just been something that's been debated for a very long time. And then I've seen all over social media, like as soon as this song came out, the naysayers, the Shakespeareans, they were like, I don't think Taylor read that at all.
Why?
Because they said that she got the ending wrong, which is not.
That's the whole point of this song.
But it's like, okay, but she changed it. That doesn't mean
Right,
she doesn't know.
Yeah, the lyric is, you saved me from the fate of Ophelia.
That's hilarious.
That's like quite literally what it is.
I think they missed that. Probably because it was regular speak and not thou shalt save me from the fate of Ophelia.
And that's another thing that I love about how she takes a historical written thing and makes it modern.
Right.
With a modern twist.
Like Love Story.
Yes.
You know, that she changed the ending there too.
Right.
Spoiler. Spoiler alert. But no, but that just kind of shows that like people just choose not to actually take the time to see what it is that she's saying. You know, like
it's like Ophelia. You're not being heard.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that was the intention.
Yeah, there are a lot of Shakespeare connections, like maybe even the golden thread, if you will. One of these.
Sorry, I was just going to go back to what you said about how you said that Ophelia was basically like an object and she wasn't seen as like her own person. That also ties back to in the docuseries, in the Heirs Tour docuseries, where she was writing the Tortured Poets department, and she had said that the men in her life, especially the men that she dated, just did not see her as a human being, you know? And so that's just like another specific like added layer to Ophelia. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. We get it. February is full of flowers, candy, stuffed animals, and of course, lots of talk about relationships and dating. And no matter where you are, whether you're married or dating or single or just focusing on yourself, you are right on time. And therapy can help you find your way and see more clearly where you want to be. It happens a lot where this is a conversation that I had with my therapist recently, actually, about how comparison is the thief of joy. You know, you look around and all of your friends are in relationships, or you look around and all of your friends are getting married. Next, all your friends are buying houses. And then after that, all of your friends are having kids. And maybe that's not where you're at in life, but you just cannot help but compare yourself. But like we said, comparison is the thief of joy. And talking with my therapist about it helped me realize that just because I'm not on quote unquote the track that everybody else is on doesn't mean that I'm not on my track. So talking to a therapist can really help you see where you want to be. And BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct, and they're fully licensed in the US. And BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. You answer a short questionnaire that helps you identify your needs and your preferences, and then BetterHelp does the rest. And honestly, if you're not happy with your match, you can switch at any time. It feels kind of awkward. I've done it, but it is worth it. So sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/TaylorSwiftFan. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TaylorSwiftFan.
Bridget Caitlin on TikTok explained this other Shakespearean layer that I don't normally get into music because this is over my head. But this was a brilliant connection, and I'm curious if Amy picked up on it.
I want to show you something pretty cool about the Fate of Ophelia. Now, most songs, they're built in groups of 4. Pop, rock, Broadway, even Bach and Mozart. Have you ever auditioned for a musical? They don't ask you to bring 10 or 20 bars of music in. They ask you to bring in 16 or 32. Songs live in multiples of 4, but the Fate of Ophelia breaks that rule. It sneaks in a 5th measure, and that changes everything. Now, Shakespeare wrote an iambic pentameter, 5 beats per line. Da-da, 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 da-da. To be or not to be, that is the question. Pentameter literally means 5 meters. So if pentameter means 5 measures, the Fate of Ophelia mirrors that perfectly.
I had seen it. I did not recognize it on my own. Yeah.
Okay. I just thought, because I don't speak music, so that doesn't. But the fact that that is a thing, and she is mimicking his writing style, then that's genius. You're already telling a story just with the music before we even get into it.
That's badass. That's
Yeah.
really, really, really cool.
Yeah, and we were just talking about things that Hamlet said to Ophelia. One thing he says to her is, "Get thee to a nunnery," is what he says to her, essentially calling her a whore. You're not going to be anything, you know. And so someone tied that back to, by all accounts, she almost drowned.
See, there you go.
Ended with the slam of a door, then I'll call her a whore. And I just thought that was a cool callback. There is one more Shakespeare reference that I definitely have, thanks to my phone, not from me myself. But I'll get there whenever we get to the lyrics, because that one is, they're all cool. I'm so excited to be breaking this down finally.
Yeah, me too. So do you want to go through the lyrics?
Yeah. She starts off, "I heard you calling on the megaphone. You want to see me all alone."
I mean, straight reference to Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Right? Travis, in case you missed it, Travis was on the New Heights podcast after he went to the Taylor Swift concert and basically outed that he didn't get to meet Taylor and give her a friendship bracelet. And then after they had met and got together, and I think it was in her Person of the Year article where she referenced it being like, yeah, like you called me on a megaphone, like you basically put me on blast, which is also great because now we know from the Eras Tour docuseries that it was Taylor's mom that, you know, saw the headline, saw the clips that said like, oh, Travis Kelce, football player, shoots a shot with Taylor, gets turned down or whatever. And she was like, who is this Travis Kelce person? Did her research and was like, Taylor, I think you should give him a chance. I thought that was a really, really cool thing that we got to learn in the docuseries. Because I wonder what would have happened otherwise, you know, because at that point in Taylor's life, she was heartbroken. She was getting out of, you know, a very long-term relationship, a situationship. Like she was just really not in a place where she probably felt like she could open up again. But her mom was like, no, you need to give this guy a chance.
Yeah, and she said on the New Heights podcast, whenever she was talking about the life of a showgirl, she called him almost like a man baby. like you went up and complained, but then she realized she equated it to a John Hughes movie and said essentially he's standing outside holding up a boombox saying, I want to be with you.
Yeah.
And this is the person who's finally giving her everything she's ever asked for in songs. I mean, she's laid out, this is how to get the girl. And he's the only one who walked up and took note and listened, took literal notes. Also, after watching the documentary, we see how involved Taylor Swift is with her fans and how much she included a lot of them and a lot of the creators and stuff like that in the documentary. Well, she saw fans wanting more, when can we see Taylor Swift on tour, and getting so excited about it. So that could also be a reference to that. I heard you calling on the megaphone. I see you on my screen asking for when are we going to get another concert? When are we going to get anything?
Okay.
And giving the fans what they want. You want to see me all alone? Well, last time it got canceled.
Yeah.
And the world was different. Talking about Loverfest. As legend has it, you're quite the pyro. You light the match and watch it blow. So where have we seen a match before?
Midnights.
burning down the lover house.
Midnights. I also, when I hear this lyric, I think of, in reference to Travis, Taylor and Travis refer to themselves as TNT. They even have bracelets that say TNT, so like kind of like the pyro, like explosion. You know, that's at least that's what I think of with that line.
Well, and the fire heart emoji that she had for the Life of the Showgirl rollout. And if you'd never come for me, I might have drowned in the melancholy. And that's so pretty when she might have drowned in the melancholy.
Yeah. Yeah. And that, I mean, I think that just kind of goes back to what we had already said about, like, you know, listening to the Tortured Poets Department. I fully believe that she really was feeling that way. She could have drowned in the melancholy. Like, she really was so down at that point, you know? And then, of course, the reference to Ophelia, who also did drown.
And now we see the first dance move. I swore my loyalty to me, myself, and I, right before you lit my sky up. So at this point, she's like, I'm done with these idiots. No one's making me happy. It's going to be me. I'm going to be alone for a while.
Yeah, it's the post where she was like, "Happy Independence Day" from the Independent Girlies. Famous last words.
Yep. And then the sky lit up with the 4th of July, Independence Day. She goes to Kansas City and meets him right there.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of, you know, when you do go through a breakup, especially a very heavy one, and you finally start to build yourself back up, and it's like, I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to focus on myself. Pledge my loyalty to me, myself, and I. But then you came along.
All that time, I sat alone in my tower. You were just honing your powers. Now I can see it all.
See it all.
And I feel like sometimes maybe some Swifties don't know about Shakespeare. So having the tower reference in there, maybe even a Rapunzel, like, oh, that's something that they maybe somewhat more general view of people would understand. Oh, okay, yeah, I get. Well, I mean, not even just Rapunzel, but the storybook Disney's Princess in a Tower. It's something everyone can relate to and understand. Maybe,
for sure.
Maybe the levels of Hamlet, not everybody gets. This one we get.
Yeah, and also, do you remember in the
Bejeweled?
Yes, it's not what I was going to say, but that's an excellent reference.
Ah, dang it. I thought that's what you were going to say. I thought we were same. I thought we were thinking the same thing.
So close. But you are correct. She was in a tower, like a princess-esque castle tower in Bejeweled. I mean, she's always loved the fairy tale imagery. In the Tortured Poets Department, and again, I keep going back to the Tortured Poets Department because I once again think that, you know, this just kind of picks up where that left off. But in the epilogue to the Tortured Poets Department, she mentioned how a man tried to save her from a tower. In it, she says, how gallant to save the Empress from her gilded tower, swinging a sword he could barely lift, but loneliness struck her at that fateful hour. And so by her saying this time, like, all that time I sat alone in my tower, it really is like, that's where she was. Mm-hmm. She already told us that's where she was, and she's just kind of like re-emphasizing that. But during that time that she sat alone in her tower, you were just honing your powers, you know, like you were just kind of like gearing up to come in and save me from the fate of Ophelia, you know.
Now I can see it all. Late one night, you dug me out of my grave and saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia.
Can I just say, I adore how she rhymes like and of, where it's like, dug me out of my grave and saved me from the fate of Ophelia. Like, it's not where you would typically break up the sentence, you know? I just really love that. And then I saw a lot of critics as well saying like, oh, but women are supposed to be independent and they don't need a man to save them or whatever. It's like, I don't think she's saying like, well, yes, like he saved her, but he saved her from the fate of Ophelia. Like, he saved her from this like drowning, miserable ending. You know, it's like, oh, but she doesn't need a man. You know, it's like, it's like she doesn't. I'm sure, like, eventually, like, you know, you do build yourself back up, like, you know, pledge my loyalty to me and myself and I and everything. But yeah, she did have somebody that saved her from that fate.
And we want to share our lives with someone.
Yeah.
So even if we could save ourselves, we still want to have a partner in life. So,
And if the crowd is her king, then she also could be referencing back to her fans at this one. If all the time she was alone in her tower, locked away during the pandemic, making all these plans and doing everything, and then we're just making her more and more powerful. And then if she can't perform, she would simply die, then we would be saving her from that fate.
Yeah.
Anna, would you like to do the chorus and the dance?
Oh gosh. Keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky. That's as far as he do a little twist and turn. Pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes.
oh my gosh, it's so fun.
For those listening, I did do it successfully.
And the keeping it 100, which is Travis's saying, and their numbers combined. Oh my God. So cute.
Oh, I love it. I also love that, she had said in the audio that we played earlier that she's combining this like terminology of Shakespearean language with modern day language. And I think this is where you really see it, because keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky, swearing truths across land, sea, and sky that is Shakespearean. A lot of characters would often call on nature or the cosmos to prove that their sincerity in Shakespearean plays. So in Hamlet, oaths and vows are very central, and Hamlet himself swears revenge on his father's ghost, quote, by heaven and earth. So it's like she's saying, like, I keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky, these like nature elements, like that's Shakespearean. But then she also says, to your hands, your team, your vibes. Like they weren't saying that in Shakespearean times. So it's like the combination of the two, which is really satisfying when you know that. But of course, when the song came out, once again, the critics were like, what, this is the lyricism that you guys pay so much?
Well, it's
yes,
like,
it is.
It's like Aristotle and basketball.
Right.
It's like they're two worlds.
Right. I don't know who else would have thought to rhyme Aristotle with Grand Theft Auto. Hello, artist of our generation. Thank you.
Also, if you think music-wise, Eras Tour, keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky. She traveled the world to bring the Eras Tour
So true.
to her fans. And then pledge allegiance to your hands, the choreography, your team, dancers and backup dancers and singers that are with you. I mean, your whole band, your whole everybody involved. The whole fuck it up, fuck it up. I did it wrong.
I love it.
How does it go?
Fuck shit up, fuck it up, fuck it up. Something along those lines.
Sorry, that was just a bunch of cussing. For
No,
no reason.
mine could have been wrong. Mine could have been wrong as well.
Yeah, but I mean that pep talk beforehand, and then your vibes. Everybody's vibing at the Eras Tour. Don't care where you've been, because now you're mine. Because now we're all here together, and it's a sleepless night we've been thinking of. The Eras Tour, the anticipation of the concert that we've been dying to go to for so long.
Keep It 100 was also one of their Easter eggs on the New Heights podcast. When Taylor was on it, they said something to Jason. They're like, you don't keep it 100? It's just so funny that only Taylor and Travis knew when they were quoting lyrics and making references, and Jason's just like, don't care where the hell you've been, because now you're mine, about to be a sleepless night you've been dreaming of. You just mentioned that next part. Lacey, I also sometimes when I hear it, like in the context of a relationship, I wonder, like, about to be the sleepless night you've been dreaming of. It's like, oh, you've been wanting to get with me.
Yeah.
And now,
a little sexy.
And now here we go. But also, Hamlet had insomnia that was linked to guilt, rage, and plotting revenge. But in this case, Taylor reclaims the sleepless night of one of passion.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because she's not revenging anymore, because she's happy and she got everything she wants now.
Right. Whereas Hamlet would spend all night plotting revenge. Taylor's spending all night, happy with her knight in shining armor. In that context.
Yes.
But I also like the context of the Eras Tour as well.
The eldest daughter of a nobleman, Ophelia lived in fantasy.
Fantasy.
But love was a cold bed full of scorpions. The venom stole her sanity.
There's something so satisfying about hearing her say eldest daughter when it's not eldest daughter.
It's not in the same reference, right?
Yeah, no.
So I'm like, huh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like you hear it and you're like, oh, what? Eldest daughter? The song? So that's really cheeky. No, but like Lacey said earlier, Ophelia was the daughter of a court noble in Hamlet.
And if you'd never come for me, I might have lingered in purgatory.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Can I go back to the love was as cold of a bed of scorpions?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so but love was a cold bed full of scorpions. The venom stole her sanity. I think that especially with The Life of a Showgirl being a pop album, once again, the critics were like, where's the songwriter that you guys praise so much? Where are these lyrics? Whatever. I'm sorry. Love was a cold bed full of scorpions. The venom stole her sanity.
Yeah.
If you take those lyrics and put them to the melody of How Did It End? Or Mad Woman? Or any song on Tortured Poets Department or Folklore, like those lyrics would be praised.
I agree.
But I think people don't recognize it because it is set to an upbeat pop song.
I think this meets everybody in the middle. This whole album. It's dense and it's pop.
Yes. And I think for some reason people feel like it has to be one or the other and that it can't be both. But it is. And I just, like, I think she not only wrote a poetic lyric, but it's to an upbeat tempo, and it's a song about how she was ultimately saved from a horrific drowning death. Right.
Yeah, it's an excellent couple of lines there.
Yeah, just every time I listen to the song and I hear it, I'm like, how do people have the nerve to say that she's not a good songwriter? They're just not listening. Sorry, you may continue, Lacey.
You wrap around me like a chain, a crown, a vine, pulling me into the fire. Well, a vine, I mean, think back to ivy. A vine is something that chokes, suffocates. How's your vine, by the way? How's your ivy, Amy? I haven't asked in a while.
Do I have ivy?
I thought you had some at your house.
You had some sort of plant outside your house.
I have a pothos. I have ivy? Dang, I don't know. My sweet potato vine, maybe? It's dead.
Oh, no.
Oh,
The winter killed it.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Maybe that's what I was talking about. Guys, I have the worst memory ever. It's probably my sweet potato vine, and they're gone.
Oh,
Okay.
you didn't save them from the fate of the winter?
No, I sure didn't.
Darn.
I am looking forward to spring, though.
Okay, me too. Also love the chain because I think of the thigh chain that she wore
Yes.
with the T on it.
Yes.
Super sexy. To the Grammys 2025. And also, there are flower vines in the Ophelia painting.
Yes. And we'll talk about the music video later.
Yes, we will get into the music video later. But it's also, I mean, the Ophelia painting is also kind of the album cover in a way, you know?
Yeah.
You don't see flower vines in the album cover, but if it were to zoom out,
It might be there.
I saw a comment where someone said that line, you wrap around me like a chain, a crown, that it doesn't feel soft or romantic, and that they took it as she's talking about the cruel paradox of fame. It made her legendary enough to buy her masters, but the power is also holding her back. You crowned me, but you also locked me in the tower. You saved me so you could keep watching. So kind of the who's afraid of little old me, you know?
Yeah. I guess I kind of see it more so like going with the line before that where it says, I might have lingered in purgatory. You wrap around me like a chain, a crown of vine, pull me into the fire. It's like I was lingering in this never-ending suffering of the purgatory, but you just kind of like encapsulated me and pulled me in and like, let's get out of here, you know?
Rescued.
Like, but that's a very literal interpretation.
All that time I sat alone in my tower, you were just honing your powers. Now I can see it all.
See it all.
Late one night, you dug me out of my grave and saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. And then again, she goes to the chorus. Amy, take it.
I can't dance, guys. Keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky. Pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes. Don't care where the hell you been, because now you're mine. It's about to be a sleepless night. you been dreaming of, the Fate of Ophelia.
Mm-hmm.
'Tis locked inside my memory.
Love this. Love this. Wait, we don't have our To the Bridge.
And only you possess the key. Now, there's a lot to this, but that is straight up a Shakespeare reference from Hamlet. It is from Act 1, Scene 3.
13.
Mm-hmm. And it says, "'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it." And that's whenever she says, I was the more deceived. So, I mean, that's just a straight, because we know she's got secret gardens locked in her mind. And who is it that possesses the key? Is it the fans? Is it Travis Kelce? Is it her, saving her from herself? I mean, but to know that is a straight quote from, I mean, that I'm not familiar with Hamlet or Shakespeare, so that is a straight quote from them. And it just so happens to be 13, Act 1, Scene 3. I thought that was really cool.
Tay Voodoo.
That's all my Shakespeare knowledge I've got for this episode, guys. That's it. I've shared it all with you.
Will you just repeat it one more time? So I can look at it right next to her lyric.
So the lyric is, "'Tis locked inside my memory, and only you possess the key, no longer drowning and deceived." Hamlet says, "'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it." And she says, "I was the more deceived."
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so very, very straightforward.
Yeah.
But once again, modernized. And to an excellent melody. "'Tis locked inside my memory, and only you possess the key." She kind of like whispers.
It's so fun.
It is. It is.
"No longer drowning and deceived, all because you came for me. Locked inside my memory, and only you possess the key. No longer drowning and deceived, all because you came for me."
All that time. Oh, this is so good. I'm actually, it's so good. I'm sad we didn't get to see this performed on the Eras tour.
I know.
And that's it. She repeats the chorus again. And the post-chorus, the one that she said is one of her favorites.
Yeah.
"Keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky." And ends it with, "You saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia."
This is so excellent. And it's only track 1. I love this era so much already.
There's so many theories, so many layers. I'm glad that we've taken our time with this album so we can wrap our head around all the different meanings and everything. And I'm not a literary person. Once upon a time, I used to read. It's been forever since I've picked up a book. I need to. I enjoy reading. It's just been so long. But that's why I like to hear the literary breakdowns and to look at both sides. So Britton Ray, she's an author, very big in the literary world, and she always ties Taylor's music back to her masters. That is the big thing that happened that upset Taylor's life. And even though she cloaks things in a love story and makes it relatable to different people that way, Britton Ray always finds a way to tie it back to her music. And this clip that I got from the Fate of Ophelia, it blew my mind how she got there and how she says it. So I want to play you this one theory from Britton Ray and see how you feel about it.
The Fate of Ophelia is not about Travis Kelce. It all comes down to keep it 100. She talks so much about numerology and gave the example of 87 plus 13 is 100. What else adds up to 100? Her first 6 albums. Fearless, Taylor's version, 26 tracks. Speak Now, Taylor's version, 22. 1989, Taylor's version, 22. Reputation, 15, and Debut, 15. If you add 26 plus 22 plus 22 plus 15 plus 15, it equals 100. 'Tis locked inside my memory and only you possess the key. The key to her mind. Where else did she talk about this? I hate it here, so I will go to secret gardens in my mind. People need a key to get to. The only one is mine. Which also, when she announced that she was able to purchase all of her music back, she said the best thing that's ever been mine. It's about her music. The ownership of her first 6 albums. Quick, tell me something awful like you are a poet trapped inside the body of a finance guy. That's her. She can't just be a poet. She can't just write and own her work. She has been trapped inside the body of a finance guy, trying to mastermind how she would be able to accumulate the amount of money needed to be able to buy her music back. She has had to turn into a mastermind finance guy. Hence the idea of the mastermind brand Taylor Swift that she has had to become. That is what was driving her to the fate of Ophelia. And owning her work, reclaiming her work, is what spared her from the fate of Ophelia. I agree there's a double narrative there. Yes, she's clearly in love, but love is not what was driving her mad, just like love was not what was driving Ophelia mad. That is a debate that has gone on for centuries. Taylor Swift lives in a society where she cannot just simply write and own her songs. It's a business side to it, where the men in suits control the game and own your name, and you become a brand. And in order to outsmart them, to become the father figure, to flip the script, you can't just be a poet. You have to become a poet trapped inside the body of a finance guy. And these works, these 6 albums, were locked inside her memory, the secret gardens in her mind that people need a key to get to. The only one is hers. The finance guy held the key to being able to unlock that. The finance guy, the side of her that became the man, that became the father figure, and was able to pull off purchasing her music back, getting her name, reclaiming her autonomy and her independence. That is what spared her from the fate of Ophelia. No longer drowning and deceived. All because you came for me. That side of myself, the brand, they came back for me. The poet, trapped inside the body of a finance guy.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's excellent.
And I mean, that just almost, it makes so much sense hearing it like that. And like she said, Britt and Ray, being a literary person, they were always taught to look at all sides of things. So she doesn't think that this is just what Taylor Swift is talking about all the time. But there are so many references to it. And for her to talk about the finance, I didn't really understand that at the time. Please tell me you're also not yourself. Well, it's because she had to change who she was so many times, but for so many different reasons.
Yeah.
Insane.
And it's really, really great because, I mean, it's not the first time, right? So it's like there's so many other songs that I think maybe are more obvious in being about her masters, like My Tears Ricochet, for example, where it's like, okay, like you said, it's, this relationship on the surface, but then deep down, it's like, yeah, her true heartbreak and her true love is her work and her art. So like, absolutely, that makes a lot of sense. That's really, really great.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all have anything else?
Well, Nick usually talks about who produced it and the records, and you said you had those pulled up.
So, side note, peek back behind the curtain just a little bit. Amy wants to discuss the records that the fate of Ophelia has broken.
Yeah.
Is
Interesting,
this
Amy. Amy, that's so fascinating. Why the sudden interest in records being broken?
I brought it back to your attention because you brought it up first. It just so happens that it's part of my bingo board for the year. It's coincidental, guys.
So the fate of Ophelia is Taylor's biggest number one, I guess, or longest number one song.
It beat out Antihero.
It beat out Antihero. It spent 9 weeks at number one, beating out Antihero, who was the previous record owner, who had 8 weeks. Before that, it was Blank Space, 7 weeks. Cruel Summer for 4 weeks. Shake It Off for 4 weeks. Look What You Made Me Do for 3 weeks. We're Never Getting Back Together for 3 weeks. Fortnight for 2 weeks. Is It Over Now was 1 week. All Too Well, Snack Size, was 1 week.
I'm surprised that Love Story isn't on there.
Willow had 1 week. Ooh, I would think Willow would be your number one.
I think Willow and The One were probably the top two.
Again, referring to our track one rankings.
Yes.
So long ago, we can't remember. But yeah, Amy's always been a Willow stan. Cardigan was 1 week, and then Bad Blood with Kendrick Lamar was 1 week. So I don't know if that counts. Crustacean Nation. Does Amy get a point?
Do we cross it off our bingo board?
And also, Taylor's up for a lot of awards at the iHeart Awards, which is going to be March 26th. She's up for Artist of the Year, Pop Artist of the Year, Song of the Year for Fate of Ophelia, Pop Song of the Year, The Fate of Ophelia, Best Lyrics Fan Voted, The Fate of Ophelia, Best Music Video Fan Voted, The Fate of Ophelia, Favorite TikTok Dance Fan Voted, The Fate of Ophelia, Favorite Tour Style Fan Voted, The Eras Tour, and Favorite On Screen Fan Voted, Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour, The End of the Era. That's
got to break some sort of record.
Absolutely.
Like the amount of awards that she gets in that night, I'm sure. That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's what our girls doing with the Fate of Ophelia. That's our takes on it. What do you think? What did we miss? Lots of ways to reach us. You can find it all in the description of this podcast. And up next, what are we doing?
Well, believe it or not, we still have more to say about the Fate of Ophelia. So next week, we're actually going to get into the music video of the Fate of Ophelia.
Thanks for listening. The 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Subscribe for free and leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.